How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be going through the Fortress of Winds. Now, this is a very interesting little temple because you actually get to dig quite a lot in this temple, dungeon, whatever. I think it's supposed to be a temple, although it does say fortress, but it seems to be more like a temple, so I'm just going to call it a temple. But we don't really see too many digging aspects in the early Zelda games. In fact, I think the only other game that you really dig as a means of traversal is in Skyward Sword. So I don't know, it seems like something they kind of stay away from. But who knows, maybe the digging mitts will return yet again someday. I don't know, I think it'd be cool maybe to see them one more time. I'm surprised they didn't appear in Breath of the Wild though. Although I suppose that would be rather difficult to make work. Like, imagining everything was able to be dug through in that game, that'd be insane. But I definitely get why it wasn't in that game. But to start off with, I don't think we go back there yet. I think I need a key or so, so let's go look for a key. Can't do anything with that. But let's see what's up here. Nothing. Okay. I think that leads to the boss door, so we need the digging mitts and a boss key first. And I believe we start off ground floor. And I guess this way seems as good a way as any to go, so just keep trying left. I do like here that they make use of the falling little thing to access certain areas. Although I guess it's not necessarily required that you fall. It's still a neat little gimmick, I suppose, of traversal. Now, I kind of wonder how those little falling areas, how they're shown works. Is it just a standalone image underneath the map? And I don't know. If anyone knows how that really works, like how it appears up here to down there, because it's clearly not the same room as below. So I'm assuming it's maybe like a picture that just sort of moves around depending on where you're standing, but I don't know. For these, gosh, what are these guys called? Stalfos? You can use the Gust Jar as well, or so I'm told. But the cane seems to be doing a pretty good job, so I'm just going to stick with it. And not going to waste my time with that like. And I think the boomerang was a really good investment, because we can actually take care of these. I think these are the anti-fairies, but maybe not. It's still nice to be able to take care of them to get the free fairy every now and then. As well as stunning enemies, that's extremely useful. To the point where I wonder, where did the shopkeeper get this from? Because it sure seems to work on every single enemy. I don't know for certain if I'm going to hit that switch in the previous room. I think it just leads to a kinstone piece. And it's not. I don't think it's required for 100% completion, so if it is, I'll come back for it, but at the moment, I'm just going to leave it. Because I don't think there's too much else. I think the top room is going to be the compass. Maybe the right room is the digging mitts. Pretty sure one of them is the compass, though. Yeah, this must be the compass room. Okay. One thing that I kind of wish they utilized more in the earlier dungeons was fighting with the two links. Because I don't think the other link can use the arrows. But still, it would have been a cool little gimmick, you know? Just to get players used to the late game when you have to fight with two links. Although on one hand, maybe it was for simplicity's sake, was that it doesn't really confuse players too much, like having to deal with 3 or 4 links right off the bat. But it does seem like the whole 4-link thing was pretty popular around this time. I kind of wonder what they were really aiming towards. Because they did dabble with the multiplayer aspect quite a bit in the early 2000s. I mean, we had 4 Sword Adventures, the 4 Swords that came with A Link to the Past. I want to say that Navi's Trackers might have been multiplayer. And maybe Tinkle's Rosy Rupee Land as well, I'm not sure. And then Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks did have multiplayer too, but lately it seems kind of abandoned. I mean, Triforce Heroes was kind of the last time we saw a mainline Zelda game that had multiplayer. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe they've just ditched the whole multiplayer aspect. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Okay, I'm not really sure how that worked. I'll take it though. That was pretty cool. So here's the first spot that we can drop down for the key. Here we go. Whee! Alright, now we can make our way back to that first room. And I guess you can go with either the door on the left or right. We'll go left just because it's first. I wonder what the blade traps were inspired by. Because they appear so often in Zelda games, but, like, was there some sort of inspiration for them, I wonder? Like, the reason they appear so much? I mean, even in the first Zelda game, I don't know, I can't really think of anything in real life that would make sense, but you never know. And that there is a Wall Master, which we don't want to deal with. Okay, I'm not very good at dealing with these dudes, but hopefully this goes somewhat better than my first encounter with them. I think it was the previous video I stated that I don't really have too much experience with these guys, because I don't really speedrun 2D Zelda games too often. Probably is a really good strat for dealing with them, maybe bombs, I don't know. In this game, they're just kind of a pain for me. This is not going very well. You know, this is gonna end up being more difficult than the actual main boss of this temple. I'm calling it now. This is ridiculous. Which is really interesting that the mini boss is more difficult than the main boss here. I wonder why that was though. Like, maybe just to prepare you for Darknuts later on? Because the actual boss, from what I'm remembering, is way, way easier than that Darknut is. I don't know. I don't know. I think I can bomb this wall. Alright, let's see what's in here. Moments, alright. So I really like the moments. I think I was talking about this bit at the start, but the whole digging aspect is pretty cool. Definitely not utilized as much as I think it should be in Zelda games, but still, it's pretty cool. It's better than the shovel for sure. Although, it is like the shovel in this game, because it digs the same, but this has a bit more usage. And then I think we're gonna have to head down here. Assuming this will be a kinstone piece or some rupees. And feel free to go get that chest where the switch was in the previous area, earlier in the video. I don't have any intention of going back to get it, just because it's a kinstone piece, and I'm pretty sure it's not required for 100%. But you never know. I might just get it off screen. Because all you gotta do to get it is just to step on that switch. So, I keep pressing the minus button. At this point, I think I'm going to be pretty well set with the rupees. Because I believe after this fortress temple thing is when you get access to that rupee making minigame. And thanks to the rewinding and save states, it makes getting rupees very, very easy. So, should be good on rupees. Well, I am good on rupees. Seashells are just going to be a matter of RNG, hoping for the best. I keep pressing the minus button because I think that's the map button, but it's not, unfortunately. Okay, and then I think this will be something I need to drop down for. So let's go take care of that real quick. Perhaps I'll get another key in the process. I don't know. Seems like it, because it's got the little 9-tile square there. Sure giving me a lot of blue kinstone pieces. Guess though, because those are a bit more rare than the green ones. Another blue one. What the heck? Could use some red ones every now and then, but perhaps later on in the game it'll give me more. Although if it doesn't, that would kind of suck. Because I don't think I have too many. There's a red one. You know, you always wonder, who puts all these random chests in the temples and dungeons? Like, this was the Wind people, right? And I don't really understand the whole kinstone thing. Was that a result of Addy? That all these kinstones needed to be fused or something? Because there's so many areas that are, like, closed off and even the vines don't grow anymore. So I wonder what happened that made it necessary for all these kinstone fusions to be required. Don't want to drop down there yet. I do want to kill this guy. I think I just need to hop on that first one and the fourth one. 2, 3, 4. Okay, yep. Alright, let's make our way over here, see what's perhaps behind the doors. Ooh, shrinking. You know, I really like when they have the heart pieces in the temples. Because then you know for sure that you're gonna be seeing one. Like there's gonna be 5 heart pieces throughout the temples. And that kind of takes care of the worry I have of getting like all 44, however many there are. Because you always know there's going to be one in the temples. Or 2. versus just having to find them all randomly. You know, it is what it is. And there's our second key, which I believe is going to help us get the boss key. And now we can get ourselves the piece of heart. I think there's only one in this temple. I know earlier on there was two, but I guess that was just like a nice little way to get more hearts early on, I suppose. And I'm not sure which one of these I have to press. I think... okay, it's not these ones. Unless I have to shrink again. Nope, there we go. Alright, now let's get ourselves a boss key, shall we? So, this boss is very similar to the one in Wind Waker, or maybe it's vice versa. They, behave pretty similarly, and I believe they both require the bow to defeat. Although I forget what the Wind Waker one's name is called. He's blue, and he looks very similar to this guy. And there was that one of the Oracle games, too. I think it was Oracle Seasons, maybe? Maybe it was Ages, but there's a boss that looks very similar to this one, the Wind Waker one as well, so... I guess they just like the bosses with huge hands. I think this will be a Pegasus Boots required thing. There we go. I like how Aslo has a little faith in me. Which perhaps is normal, because I have been known to fall on occasion. But I should be set on green kinstone pieces. I'm thinking probably next video there's gonna be probably a lot of kinstone fusions, depending on what I'll do, because I think next video is where I get the flippers, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's after this temple. Do I need to shrink yet? I don't think so. No, because I gotta go over there first. Okay. Alright, let's see how I need to do this. I think this needs to go down here, and then this one up here, maybe? Let me look again. Oh no, it's the opposite. Alright. Alright, now this should work. I like that these, two-player puzzles aren't too confusing. Some of them do get to be require a little bit more thinking, but overall, none of them really stump you too much, you know? I want to say there's something that, Palace Droplets, I think it's called, that does require a little bit more thinking. Especially those ice block puzzles. I always hated those, but I mean, you can figure them out eventually. They're just always a pain, you know? Especially that one in Snow Peak. I always try to skip that one. And I think I probably could have walked between those skulls, but you know what? Why don't we just see how I do over here? Yeah. No way to get through these guys without taking damage, unfortunately. Another key, huh? What was that, 3 keys so far? Kind of getting up there in the number of keys required, aren't we? I'm trying to think of what temples, dungeons really use the most keys. Because, this one's used 3 so far. But overall in Zelda games, I mean... Forest Temple, that used, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, I think? And I think Zelda 1, there's some that use 5, maybe. But I do wonder what the most required keys is for any temple. I feel like Twilight Princess doesn't really require that many. In any of the dungeons, I think... that was kind of a saving grace. I think the most you ever need is like 3, maybe. Maybe you need 4 somewhere, but I don't really require them... remember them being required so much. Wow, 100 rupees for a pot. Wonder if that's what the treasure chest marking on the map was. Alright, let's get ourselves that boss key then. Or is there a big key in this game? I forget. Oh, it's one of the 2. Big key, okay. I wonder why they choose to switch up the names every now and then. Because they both lead to bosses, you know? So nothing there. Is there gonna be anything over here? Nope. Alright. Oh yeah, this is the wrong way, isn't it? Is this the wrong way? Oh yeah, okay. Wish I kept those, floor masters or wall masters, but I forget how they work in this game. I thought the blue ones were the wall masters, or the floor masters, and then the red ones were the wall masters, but I don't know, I'm confusing myself now. Let's just get to that boss. Alright, we should be able to stack up in here. Okay. We're all set now. I think this guy's name is like Mazaal or something, or and something. One of the two. I think it's Mazaal, but I could be wrong. I just remember because I always thought he looked pretty cool. Cooler than the Wind Waker guy for sure. So the key with beating this guy is you gotta fire an arrow into each of his hands and then slash a bazillion times. And then eventually he'll get tired, I guess, from you hitting his hands. And it makes me think, was this just supposed to be like some defender for the Wind Temple? Or the Fortress of Winds? Because that's how it worked in Wind Waker, I believe. That the guy with the hands was just like defending the place. So maybe that's the same case with this game. This guy was just like defending the area. But of course Link blew him up. Which might not have been the smartest idea. Both on Link's part and the Wind people's part. But you never know. Guess it all worked out the way it was supposed to. Yeah, so far this is much easier than the Darknut mini-boss was. That was ridiculous. Although shielded enemies are always really annoying to deal with. This should be the last cycle. As it normally is with Zelda, 3 cycles to beat the boss. Although not always. And I don't know what that attack was. It looked like lava, so I'm glad I avoided it. I got some spiders. Oops. Come on, Link, break free. There we go. Alright, then we should just be able to hop inside and then take care of this guy. And there we go. Not too difficult of a boss fight, in my opinion. The mini-boss was much more of a challenge. I just really don't like Darknuts. But this was a pretty fun boss, I must say. And that puts us at 9 heart containers, I believe. Or maybe 10. Yeah, it looks like 10. Okay. And then this is where we're going to get ourselves the Ocarina, which is going to allow us to warp wherever I've unlocked those little warp stations, which kind of look like tombstones, I guess. Okay, so this should be a good spot to end this video. I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.